Go ahead.
Jambo mabibi na mabwana. Jina langu ni Matthew. Sasa mimi niko juu ya mulima. And what I just said in Swahili, it was, hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matthew, and I'm standing on top of a big mountain. Currently in my background is the highest peak in Kenya called Mount Kenya, and I'm standing on one of the highest peaks, other highest peaks in Kenya called the Aberdares Mountain Range. I want to tell you a little bit about my ministry, Global Youth Ministry. We've been here in Kenya for almost 7 years now. Our main goal is to equip church leaders to reach youth for Christ. The reason we want to do this in Africa is because 70% of the population of Africa is youth aged and under. That's the same in Kenya. The average age of a person in East Africa is 15 years old. It's really important that we reach the next generation for Christ. We do this through teaching in schools, also in Bible schools. We write curriculum, and we also teach conferences. This past year in 2014, we did 100 conferences. We taught over 5,000 people. One guy that went to go and teach was in Uganda, the country that borders Kenya, and it was a pastor named Christopher. When we were there, Christopher, we noticed in his church there were not many men, and there was no youth in the church. There was a lot of ladies and children. We really encouraged Christopher to start a youth ministry, and on a secondary note, we said, you need to get out and evangelize. We followed back up about a year later at Christopher's church, and we noticed a dramatic change. First of all, we saw an associate pastor, because they needed an associate pastor to help with the work. People had added. There were lots of men, lots of young men, and they had started a youth ministry. And they said there was two dramatic changes that happened to revive this church. One was starting the youth ministry, and number two was they said, you taught us to evangelize, and so we did. And God's done a great work in this church. There's a lot of examples like that we've seen. And we want to thank you so much for your support, and we ask you to continue. For those of you who are not, maybe consider supporting us. Thank you so much, and God bless. Bona asifiwe, Mungu akubariki sana. Praise the Lord, and God bless you a lot.